If you live by what you say, damn, you would be good.
Ha ha ha! Another one.
So don't say much, right? Because a lot of times when we saying a lot of stuff, and what's the first thing that people say? They should take their own advice. They should do what they're saying they should do. When I look into their situation, they're not doing it. They got a nerve to be telling somebody else what they should and should not be doing, and gotta always have an opinion about something. That person is always like, "Yo, I would do this." You know what? Don't say much. That goes back to the real bad boys move in silence, right? Because what I'm understanding now is that the best way to have my goals manifested is by not saying nothing about them. That's the best way to bring them into fruition, is not saying much about them. So a lot of times you're not even in a situation where people could say to you, they should take their own advice. I'm good. Don't even need, listen. Considering the fact it's your loved one, is someone that is open to receive you and receive what you have to say, and is welcoming it by all means. But that running around bloviating about this or that and how you do it and what you don't even need to do that. You don't even do that. Just be quiet. Keep it to yourself. Because after it's all said and done, there's usually more said than done. And a lot of times when we're going around pointing out things in other people's genre, it's going to be a situation where we're not handling it the right way, or we're not handling it the way we told somebody else to handle it. How many times that happen? Are we getting the same situation that they get in and we handle it totally different? All the criticism that we gave, or even if it was constructive, all that we gave, we didn't even handle it that way. So best practice is don't say anything. Don't talk about what you're going to do. Don't talk about what nobody else is really doing. Just do you. Just do you. Stay stuck on you. Stay focused on you. Do that part. Okay? Be driven for you. So you don't have to be trying to live to tell everybody else what to do or give advice and all that kind of stuff, and leave yourself open for people to say, oh, well, in his own life, he ain't doing it. Instead of just looking at the message and taking the message from the messenger, looking at it from that perspective, instead of always evaluating the person's life who's giving you the intel. Because that's what we do. Our first initial goal, a lot of times when somebody is feeding us some knowledge, is to look at their situation. Don't you know people can give you help that they can't even help themselves? You know how people say, damn, they can help other people, but they can't help themselves out of a wet paper bag. It be like that sometimes. Because when you're in a situation, it can be difficult for you to observe. You need an observer from outside to come in and evaluate the situation. That's why people hire consultants. They come in and evaluate what you may not be able to see, because you've been so marred down in what you're doing and been so complacent and become so mundane, become so routine that you can't see outside of the situation. So a lot of times when somebody is giving some knowledge or some advice, some information to somebody else, it's because they're playing an observer role and looking at your situation. In their situation, they might not be able to make the same decisions that they're telling you to make because they're stuck in it and they're not the observer. Now, of course, the key is to be the observer of your situation as much as possible, so you can evaluate yourself and see the areas what you need to do. But when life becomes so mundane, like as in a job, when you're constantly, you're in your recommend role, you're in the same old thing every day, this day in, day out, things are going to go amiss of things that you can see. That's why we have levels of supervision, so people can give you observation. That's why you sit and you have those things where you would get evaluated by your supervisor, because they need to they're far from the situation, and then they can tell you X, Y, and Z. You could do A, B, C. You fix that here, this and that. It's not for you at that time to say, hey, the supervisor's not doing it. I don't like to practice it. It's for you to evaluate what's going on with you and just take the information and knowledge and just use it. That's it. That's all it is. If it's there to help you and benefit you, just take it and run with it. If you stay stuck on evaluating who gave it to you, then you stay stuck. You don't need to stay stuck. So just, if you live by what you say, damn, you will be good. If we live by everything we talked about, we'll be good. So don't say much. Just do you. That's my empowerment message for the day. To my empowerment family out there, I'm so excited. I'm so excited because it took me a while to really want to get into really doing this stuff. and had the fear-based stuff blocking me and stuff like that. But when I think about being able to deliver messages that can uplift and empower and encourage and inspire other people, it motivates me. It really, really does. And I feel that's my calling. Anyway, Universal here. And let's keep this empowerment train moving. Choo-choo! Have some fun with it. And as always, peace and love.